Hey guys, it's Kimberly, and It's So Emma has a brand new pattern called Candlelight, and it makes 2 star blocks that just use half square triangles and flying geese. They're super simple to make, so let me show you how you make each block. All the measurements are available in the pattern, and they're available both as a PDF and a paper. To start, we're going to make the candlelight block, and we've got these corner squares. You're going to take fabric in square, cut on the diagonal, and for one block you're going to make 4 triangles. Our next step is to make half square triangles. You're going to take a fabric B and a fabric G square, put them right sides together. I always put the light on top. Draw a line from corner to corner with a friction pin. I like to use friction because the heat will make the ink go away later. I'm going to be using Artful thread color 2000. And you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch away from your drawn line, cut in the center, and you're going to be making half square triangles. You're going to use 8 half square triangles in the candlelight block and 4 in the star block, which is next. And if you are more of an advanced quilter, you can use 2-inch triangle paper to make these blocks. Now we're moving to our flying geese units, which are also super simple. Take your fabric I squares, draw a line from corner to corner with your friction pin, and put it on one end of your fabric C rectangle. Stitch directly on the line this time, trim a 1/4 inch away, and you're going to press out, and it's going to look like this. Then you're going to add another fabric I square to the opposite end, stitch directly on the line, and trim, and you're going to have your flying geese unit. You're going to make 4 each. This is your light version because we're going to be making a dark version later. Now we're going to start putting our candlelight block together. So our first row is going to have 2 fabric E squares, a half square triangle, and a flying geese, and you just want to make sure that you check your placement. You're going to stitch those together with a 1/4 inch seam and press according to the pattern. And you're going to make 2 of these, and they're your outer candlelight units. So now we're going to move to our next row. You're going to do 2 half square triangles, 2 fabric J squares, and a fabric D rectangle. And again, just make sure your half square triangles are laid the correct way. Sew them together with a 1/4 inch seam and press according to the pattern. And you're going to have 2 inner candlelight units. And one of the things that you'll love about our It's So Emma patterns is we always make the pressing where everything nests perfectly. So just make sure you follow those instructions in the pattern. So now we're going to do our last row for this block. It's got a center fabric K square, 2 fabric D rectangles, and then some flying geese, and just make sure your points are going in, and again, sew them with a 1/4 inch seam and press. And you've got your last row, so let's put our block together. So just lay out your rows and just make sure everything is going the correct direction. You've got a lot of half square triangles and flying geese, and you just want to make sure they're all laid properly. And you're just going to sew those together with a 1/4 inch seam, and that's going to be your partial unit. And let's add our corner squares to it next. So to put the block together, you're going to add your fabric in triangles from our first step, press, and then you add the next 2 and press. Now this is on the bias, so before you press before you press out, what you want to do is, once you have it stitched down, is you want to set your seam really nice and hot, and then press, and you're going to get less of a wave when you do that. And also you're going to want to cut off these little dog ears before you add the second set of triangles. Now we're going to move and make our star block for this beautiful quilt. We're first going to start with our fabric L and fabric A pieces. On this, you're going to draw a line from corner to corner with your friction pin, stitch directly on the line, trim, and press out, and it's going to look just like this. Then on the other side, we're going to add a fabric A square to the other side, stitch, and press, and you're going to get this outer unit. And what I love about this is a bigger than a 1/4 inch seam, so it's going to make the star float, and also you don't have to worry about getting that exact 1/4 inch when you sew your block together. Now we're going to make more flying geese like we did in the very beginning, using this time fabric F and fabric H. Again, just stitch directly on the line and press. You've got that. And do the same thing again. And you're going to get, this time it's a dark flying geese, so it's kind of inverted on the colors, and we're going to make 4 for our star block. For the star block, we've got all our pieces kind of put together, so let's put our block together. We're going to take 2 half square triangle units that we made previously with the candlelight block, put them with the dark flying geese, make sure they're all faced correctly, stitch with a 1/4 inch seam, and they're going to look like this, and you're going to make 2 for each star block. Now we're going to place a fabric K-square with the dark flying geese units with your points on the outside, stitch with a 1/4 inch seam, and you're going to make 1, and from here we can start putting our center unit together. You're going to add these 2, stitch with a 1/4 inch seam, and you've got your center unit. Now we're working on the outside of the star. You're going to put your outer large star unit with 2 fabric M squares, stitch with a 1/4 inch seam, and you're going to make 2 that look just like this. So we're ready to put our final star block together. You're going to add your center units to your large units, stitch with a 1/4 inch seam. Then you're going to add your outside rows, stitch those together with the 1/4 inch seam, and you've got your beautiful star block. And I can't wait to see what all of you make with our beautiful Candlelight Quilt pattern by It's Sew Emma. It's available in table runner, twin, and queen sizes, and you can find it at your favorite quilt shop or at Fat Quarter Shop online. See you next time.